and should be doing. We'll look at coastal resilience and indigenous law, biodiversity and the precautionary approach in the Mediterranean, and how domestic and international law can adapt to innovative solutions. The Ocean Conservation Legal Roundtable is organized by the Prince Albert II Foundation, and today you will also see an incredible synergy between the panels with the different initiatives that the Foundation has been bringing us. To tell us a bit more about that, would you now welcome the CEO of the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation, Olivier Vendin.
Monseigneur, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, cher professeur Heinrich, chers amis, je vous souhaite la bienvenue et vous remercie de votre participation à cette première table ronde consacrée à l'approche juridique des sujets liés à la conservation de l'océan mondial. Cette rencontre est très importante pour nous car la réflexion sur les enjeux juridiques liés à l'océan se développe bien trop souvent en silo. Elle ne fait après tout en cela que reproduire la situation des mers dans lesquelles se juxtaposent des enjeux, des activités et des intervenants variés qui peinent souvent à se coordonner. Nous savons pourtant que pour agir efficacement, il est indispensable de prendre en compte la diversité des situations, mais aussi la diversité des acteurs. Il est nécessaire de comprendre leur logique pour trouver des solutions viables à la fois respectueuses du droit, des intérêts présents, notamment économiques, et des ressources naturelles. En vous réunissant aujourd'hui, la Fondation Prince Albert II de Monaco est donc fidèle à sa mission première, celle que vous lui avez confiée, Monseigneur, en 2006, à savoir mieux associer les compétences, favoriser l'ouverture et le dialogue, afin d'aborder les enjeux environnementaux dans leur globalité, c'est-à-dire dans toute leur complexité. Let me switch to English for our distinguished guests. This need for an open and holistic dialogue is at the heart of this first edition, and we'll have the opportunity to benefit from very complementary perspectives associating public law and private law, and taking into consideration extremely diverse frameworks and realities, from international treaties to the customs of indigenous peoples, not to mention the kaleidoscope of national laws and regional agreements. It is in these frameworks and realities that we need to reconcile at a time when we need to collectively create new ocean governance in the wake of the significant progress recently made, in particular through the High Seas Treaty. This governance must address the environmental challenges we face. There is the direct situation of the sea, pollutions, overfishing, and all types of overexploitation of resources. And there are the broader issues of global warming and biodiversity loss, for which the marine ecosystems are decisive factors. With these challenges in mind, I would like to stress the importance of the rights of indigenous peoples. It is essential to consider them as we are aware of their dependence on marine resources. And it is undoubtedly also worthwhile to draw on the philosophy and knowledge they have at a time when we are inventing a framework capable of reconciling the development of human activities and the preservation of nature. This approach, integrating local realities, human challenges, and conservation issues, should also enable us, throughout our dense program today, to look at several initiatives implemented by the Foundation, whether it be forests for Panel 1, conservation of the Med for Panel 2, or support to innovation in Panel 3, which will be a continuation of the first 2 days devoted to the Ocean Innovators Platform. By combining the expertise and by broadening perspectives, I am hopeful that we will succeed in defining solutions that will create a mode of governance capable of preserving the health of the ocean and of the planet. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olivier. Would you please welcome with me now Andrew Heinrich, a JD from Harvard Law School, MPhil from Oxford University. He's also a scholar and practitioner of public international law. Andrew.
Your Serene Highness, Olivier, panelists, friends, distinguished guests, good morning. Thank you for joining us today at the Ocean Conservation Legal Roundtable. I am so grateful to be a part of today's important meeting about critical legal issues in ocean conservation. It is an honor to be amongst such brilliant experts who bring forth important knowledge about how we create and enforce legal obligations to protect the oceans, and also about what evolution of our legal frameworks might be required to meet today's most pressing challenges. I applaud Fondation Prince Albert II de Monaco for its leadership in bringing these essential legal issues to the forefront of its ocean conservation work. When I first spoke with the Foundation's incredible team about this event, there was one man who came to mind immediately. This is why I'm so delighted and grateful that we are joined by my very, very dear friend, Dr. Dan Wildcat. Dan and I have worked with each other over the years in his capacity as a professor at Haskell Indian Nations University, America's premier tribal college offering education to Native Americans of all tribes, and in my capacity as a board member at the Haskell Foundation. Dan, a Yuchi member of the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma, is a preeminent scholar on indigenous knowledge and the environment. Recently, the entire Haskell community took incredible pride in Dan's National Science Foundation grant, Rising Voices, Changing Coasts, the National Indigenous and Earth Sciences Convergence Hub. Through this hub, Dan is convening Native American and other indigenous experts to coalesce and learn from expertise on coastline preservation developed by indigenous communities over the centuries. These experts include Leslie Iakua and Jennifer Santos, who are with us today. Leslie is a professor at the University of Hawaii at Manoa and an E-Clan native Hawaiian who comes from the island of Maui, Hawaii. Leslie, I must share, has some incredible family history that is very relevant to the spirit of today's event and indeed to the Yacht Club. Leslie's great-grandfather, Curtis Iakua, served as governor of Oahu under King Kalakaua and embarked with him on the 1881 World Tour, which made King Kalakaua the first monarch ever to circumnavigate the globe. Indeed, the end of that journey is immortalized in today's Transpac race, a race that those of you in sailing probably know very well. Leslie, I'm so delighted you were here to carry on that tradition. Jennifer is academic chair at Salvador Padilla Escabi Graduate School of Planning at the University of Puerto Rico and will bring expertise from local communities in Puerto Rico that I know will enrich our discussions greatly. Leslie, Jennifer, Dan, I know I speak on behalf of everyone here when I say that we are truly honored by your presence. I am so grateful that you accepted this invitation to share Indigenous expertise here at Monaco Ocean Week 2023 for the benefit of everyone working on ocean conservation issues. Indigenous communities hold an immense wealth of knowledge from which we can all benefit very much at every level of law and policy making. Second, I look forward to Virginie Tassin-Campanela's panel on Mediterranean expertise, and she will discuss biodiversity and the use of the precautionary approach in law and policy for conservation in the Mediterranean. As a strong proponent of the precautionary principle in my own work, yes, even in the United States, I especially look forward to hearing about its application to the Mediterranean. More generally, I'm particularly looking forward to enriching my own perspective with your local regional expertise and to localizing today's discussion right here in the Mediterranean. Third, we will have a fireside chat with Mikal Nakame. Mikal is founder and CEO of Climate Policy Radar, which maps and analyzes climate law and policy worldwide. They use innovative AI technology to present the enormous amount of data that they have in a way that is fully text searchable and multilingual. Mikal's work helps policymakers understand best practices, helps researchers in this critical space be more efficient and effective, and creates accountability via transparency and data accessibility. I believe that tools like Climate Policy Radar have an important role to play in advancing climate policy making and, crucially, in capacity building for lawyers working in environmental law around the world. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to learn from you as well, Mikal. We will conclude today with an innovative panel on solutions for domestic and international law. We will hear from three phenomenal panelists. Romani Webb from my undergraduate alma mater, Columbia University, who is Deputy Director of the Sabin Center for Climate Change Law at Columbia University, works on incredible issues of law and regulation around ocean-based carbon sequestration. Liam Weber joins us from the Seychelles, where he's grant manager at the Seychelles Conservation and Climate Adaptation Trust, known as SECAT. We've talked about it many times this week. They do incredibly innovative work around the Seychelles' very unique debt refinancing for ocean protection model. Ambassador Carlos Mata is joining us because, among other incredible distinctions in his career, he represented his nation of Uruguay in the negotiation of a legally binding instrument on the conservation of marine biological diversity in areas outside national jurisdictions. I'm thrilled to moderate their discussion of how complex landscape of international and domestic law impacts ocean conservation. Throughout Monaco Ocean Week 2023, we have heard about exciting scientific advancements that can meaningfully advance ocean conservation. But science will only go as far as the law allows. You will hear many examples today of how legal frameworks need to be reformed, or truly in some cases created anew, to enable ocean conservation. Fortunately, I see many sources of hope. Most notably, as Olivier already mentioned, the recent conclusion of the negotiations on the High Seas Treaty resulted in a landmark agreement that will provide monumental protection and conservation in international waters. Today, we will hear about many opportunities for similar creativity and bold action at all levels, and about tools and sources of knowledge that should inform these actions. I want to conclude with a few thank yous. First, to the Monaco Ocean Week team at the Fondation Prince Albert II de Monaco. They work tirelessly to bring together and support passionate change makers doing this critical work for our oceans. Thank you so much for the inspiring examples you set. Olivier, you empower your talented team and your partners to make the most of every opportunity to contribute to the mission of the Foundation, and indeed to our joined mission together, our collective mission. Thank you to Romain Ciarlet, whose friendship is where my involvement with the Foundation began, and whose never-ending eagerness to pursue new ideas and include new stakeholders is contagious. Thank you also to Romain Otavi, who's already up in his perch, the newly promoted Directeur Juridique at the Foundation, congratulations, whose vision and countless hours of dedicated effort were central in making this event a reality. You have become a very dear friend, Romain, and I am grateful for your collaboration on this project. Indeed, I am very much looking forward to continuing to work with all of you and learn from you on many future projects ahead. Your Serene Highness, thank you so much for your visionary leadership in conservation worldwide and for promoting advancements in science, industry, and law and policy towards that end. And finally, thank you to all of you who have been a part of Monaco Ocean Week 2023. This has been such a fantastic week. I know I've learned so much from each and every one of you, and I'm so excited to bring your passion and knowledge back home with me as inspiration in my own work. I very much hope you enjoy today's Legal Roundtable. Thank you.
Andrew, thank you so much for that. We look forward to hearing from you again this afternoon for your panel on domestic and international law and the innovative solutions we can find there. All right, Andrew did such a great job introducing the first panel. I think we should just jump right in. Could I please have on stage now Daniel Hawkins, who's going to moderate this panel on coastal resilience and indigenous law, along with Jennifer Santos and Leslie Yakoa. Let's welcome them.
Sonle, Ayasata, Agela Sans, Sangele, Zoyaha Yuchiha, Muskogi, Shadane, Boshita Adene. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Dan Wildcat, and I'm a Zoyaha, a Yuchi member of the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma. And I must just express, first of all, the deep gratitude that Doctors Ayakawa and Santos, we have for this invitation. So, Your Serene Highness, we are deeply grateful to have this opportunity to address this audience, be a part of this panel, and a special thanks to everyone at the Prince Albert II Foundation of Monaco who helped us get here. And I have to also give a sincere expression of gratitude to Andrew for really helping facilitate us this invitation.